Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when we look back and feel as though years have slipped away. Years lost to failure, heartbreak, or choices we wish we could undo. There are times when our dreams seem shattered beyond repair, and we wonder if we will ever find our way again. But I stand before you today to remind you of one truth: God restores. You may feel like time has been stolen from you, by circumstances, by others, or even by your own decisions. But with God, no time is truly lost. He is not limited by our past, nor is he bound by our mistakes. He can take what was broken and turn it into something more beautiful than we ever imagined. Many of us carry regret, holding on to what could have been, but regret is a weight that was never meant for us to carry. When we release it, when we let go of what we cannot change, we make space for something new. Because God does not just heal the broken, He creates something even greater from the pieces. Think about the times you faced disappointment. Maybe a dream you cherished slipped away. Maybe a path you thought was yours was blocked. But have you ever considered that this was not the end? That what you lost was making room for something even better? What seems like a closed door is often the beginning of a greater purpose. God does not waste our pain. Every struggle, every challenge, every heartbreak is shaping us, strengthening us, and preparing us for what is to come. Faith does not remove hardship, but it gives us the strength to rise from it. It turns pain into wisdom and trials into testimonies. So if you feel like you have lost years, if you believe your best days are behind you, I want you to hear this today. The story is not over. What lies ahead is greater than what is behind. God is still working in your life, restoring what was lost, mending what was broken, and leading you toward a future filled with hope. Let go of the past, trust the journey, and believe that your best chapters are yet to come. Time is never wasted in God's plan. Life has a way of making us feel like we've wasted time. Maybe it's years spent in the wrong career, in a broken relationship, or battling personal struggles that seem to lead nowhere. Sometimes we look back and think, if only I had done things differently, I wouldn't have lost so much time. But what if I told you that, in God's plan, no time is ever truly wasted? We often measure life by human standards, by age, by accomplishments, by what society tells us we should have achieved by now. But God operates on a different timeline. He sees the bigger picture, the story that is unfolding beyond what we can comprehend. What seems like lost time to us is simply preparation in His hands. Every experience, even the painful ones, is shaping us, molding us, and leading us towards something greater. Think about the stories of people who believed their best years were behind them. There are countless examples of individuals who thought they had failed beyond repair, only to discover that their greatest success, their true purpose, was yet to come. What if the lessons you've learned in your lost years are actually equipping you for something bigger? What if the experiences you regret are actually the foundation for the blessings ahead? Faith teaches us that restoration is not just possible, it's promised. There are moments when God accelerates blessings in a way that makes up for what we thought was lost. Opportunities arise that we never saw coming. Doors open that seemed permanently shut. And when that happens, we realize that nothing was truly wasted. Every detour, every delay, and every disappointment had a purpose. But here's the key: in order to step into this restoration, we must let go of the belief that it's too late. We must stop looking at the past with regret and start looking at the future with expectation. Because when we trust that God is still working in our lives, we open ourselves up to possibilities beyond our imagination. So, If you feel like you've lost time, if you believe that too many years have passed and it's too late to start again, remember this: God is not limited by our clocks or calendars. He is the master of redemption, and He can restore in moments what you thought was lost for years. Your journey is not over. The best is still ahead. Let go of regret and embrace the present. Regret is one of the heaviest burdens we can carry. It ties us to the past, replaying old mistakes, missed opportunities, and choices we wish we had made differently. We think about what could have been, what should have been, and what we lost along the way. But regret does not change the past. It only steals the joy of the present. Many of us live in a cycle of if only. If only I had made a different decision. If only I had taken that opportunity. If only I had been stronger, wiser, or more prepared. But the truth is, living in if only keeps us from moving forward. The more we focus on what we cannot change, the more we lose sight of what we can do today. God does not want us to live in regret. He wants us to live in freedom. He wants us to understand that no mistake is too great for His grace, and no time is too lost for His restoration. When we surrender our regrets to Him, we allow Him to transform our pain into wisdom, our failures into growth, and our losses into new beginnings. Letting go of regret does not mean forgetting the past. It means learning from it and moving forward. Every experience, even the painful ones, has shaped who we are. The lessons we've learned, the strength we've gained, and the wisdom we now carry are all valuable. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, we can focus on how we've grown. The key to embracing the present is gratitude. When we shift our focus from what we have lost to what we still have, we begin to see life differently. We recognize that each new day is a gift, a fresh start, and an opportunity to create something beautiful. No matter how many years we feel have been wasted, we still have today, and today is where change begins. If you have been carrying regret, I encourage you to release it. Trust that God's plan is bigger than your past mistakes. Believe that He can turn even the most broken pieces of your story into something meaningful. And most importantly, embrace the present. Because this moment, right now, is the only place where transformation can begin. The past is gone, the future is in God's hands, but today is yours to live fully, to choose joy, and to walk in faith. So let go, trust, and embrace the gift of now. Every broken dream leads to a greater purpose. There are moments in life when our dreams seem to shatter before our eyes. We invest our time, energy, and heart into something we deeply desire, only to watch it slip away. A job we worked hard for doesn't come through. A relationship we thought would last forever falls apart. A goal we pursued for years suddenly feels unreachable. In those moments, it's easy to feel lost, questioning why things didn't go as planned. But what if our broken dreams are not the end of the story? What if they are actually the beginning of something greater? Many of us believe that when a dream fails, it means we have failed. But that's not true. Sometimes what looks like failure is actually redirection. We see a closed door, but God sees the path we were truly meant to walk. What we call a setback is often a setup for something better. The things we lose are not always meant to be part of our future. They were part of our journey to shape us, strengthen us, and lead us towards something far beyond what we imagined. Think about the times in your life when things didn't go your way. At the moment, it may have felt devastating. But looking back, haven't you seen how those experiences led you to something even greater? Perhaps that job you didn't get made room for an even better opportunity. Perhaps that relationship that ended helped you discover your true worth. Perhaps the delay, the detour, or the disappointment was actually protecting you from something that wasn't meant for you. God never allows a dream to break without having a greater purpose in mind. He doesn't take away without giving back in a way that is even more meaningful. The key is to trust in His timing and His plan, even when we don't understand it. Holding on to a broken dream can keep us from receiving the blessings ahead, but when we release it, when we surrender our plans to God, we open ourselves to new opportunities, new doors, and new possibilities that we never saw coming. If you are in a season of broken dreams, take heart. What feels like an ending is often the beginning of a new chapter. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, preparing something far greater than you could ever imagine. Let go of what was, so you can embrace what is to come. Your broken dreams do not define you. They are not the end of your story. They are simply a step toward a greater purpose, one that will be revealed in time. Keep believing, keep moving forward, and know that the best is yet to come. Faith transforms pain into strength. Pain is something we all experience. It can come in the form of loss, disappointment, betrayal, or failure. In those moments, it's easy to feel broken, wondering why we have to endure such hardship. But faith has the power to transform pain into strength. Faith does not remove the challenges of life, but it gives us the courage to face them. It helps us see beyond the struggle and trust that something greater is on the other side. When we surrender our pain to God, He doesn't just heal us, He strengthens us. He turns our wounds into wisdom and our trials into testimonies. Some of the strongest people in history have faced unimaginable struggles. What made them different was not the absence of hardship, but the presence of faith. They refused to let pain define them. Instead, they allowed it to refine them. When we choose faith over fear, we begin to see pain differently. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Every difficulty we face is an opportunity for growth, for resilience, and for a deeper trust in God's plan. No matter what pain you have endured, know this: it is not the end of your story. God can use even the hardest moments of your life for something good. Let your faith be stronger than your pain, and watch how it transforms your life. The best chapters are yet to come. One of the greatest lies we tell ourselves is that our best days are behind us. We look at the past, the opportunities we missed, the years we lost, the dreams that didn't come true, and we convince ourselves that the future cannot hold anything greater. Life is full of seasons. Some are filled with joy and success, while others bring challenges and uncertainty. But no matter what season you are in, you must remember this: God is still writing your story. Just because a chapter has ended does not mean the book is finished. In fact, sometimes the most difficult chapters are the ones that prepare us for the greatest breakthroughs. We often limit God's plans to our own understanding. We assume that if something didn't happen by a certain time, it never will. But God does not operate on our timeline. He can bring new opportunities, unexpected blessings, and incredible restoration at any moment. He can take the years you thought were lost and replace them with something far greater than you ever imagined. Think about the people who achieved their greatest success later in life. Many of them faced failures, disappointments, and delays before they saw their breakthroughs. What made the difference? They didn't stop believing. They didn't give up on the idea that something better was still possible. They kept moving forward, trusting that their story wasn't over. If you feel like your best days are behind you, I want you to know that this is just the beginning. The lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the wisdom you now carry are all preparing you for something greater. The doors that have closed are making way for new ones to open. The dreams that seemed lost can still be restored in ways you never expected. Your life is not meant to be lived in the past. The best moments, the greatest blessings, and the most beautiful experiences are still ahead. Keep believing, keep hoping, and keep trusting, because the best chapters of your life are yet to come.